Hey, what's going on, everybody? So it's Jesse and Cameron here with 10 Back Pro Shop. Today we have the all-new Hammer Effect Tour. So very excited to see how the ball does. You know, we appreciate everybody. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for us, right? So today we're going to start out. Cameron's going to be throwing the first couple shots, and then we'll transition. I'll throw a few shots with mine. That way you get a good comparison of one-handed bowler versus two-handed bowler.
I'm going to start off today with my Hammer Effect so we can compare and contrast kind of the difference between the Effect and the Tour. I'm really excited to see what they do, and let's get out there. Make sure you like and subscribe. All right, so this is the first time that this ball is going to be touching the lane here. I'm going to stay on the same spot I did with the regular Hammer Effect. I assume it's going to be a pretty early rolling ball, so I'm going to have to break in this cover stock a little bit. I like the way that last ball came off my hand. We can see that it's kind of earlier rolling than the Effect, so let's see here.
All right, so I'll give you a two-handed perspective of the Effect Tour here. As you can see, quite a bit of surface on the bowling ball out of box with Cameron. Let's see what it does for me. So, not too bad. I will say that my ball does have about a game and a half on it. Compared to hers, which is exact fresh surface out of box. So what you kind of saw with her bowling ball is actually what mine looked like. Mine's got just a little bit of lane shine on it. So I think it's getting through, you know, the front part of the lane a little bit better than hers is. Yeah, so first two shots look really good. I think that's about as far right as I could be. I'm gonna make a small move off of that, just based off of that reaction. But as you can see, the ball's very smooth, very controllable. We'll throw a couple more, and then we'll kick it back over to Cameron. I actually did not drill an Effect, the original one. Just because of how strong of a bowling ball it was. I didn't think I was going to have a lot of use for it on house shots. Yeah, so you know, I moved a couple boards left. I brought my break point in a little bit. I was just kind of curious what that was going to do, more in the middle of the oil. So very smooth. Overall, I think that this is a bowling ball that a lot of styles will be able to use. You know, if you're looking for something to be very playable, you know, up the boards, if you're a little speed dominant, want a little bit of pop on the back end. Yeah, so overall, not bad. So I'm gonna kick it back over to Cameron. We'll have her throw her Effect a few more times. Let her kind of break in the cover on her ball, see if it blends out some of that reaction. I think, as you can tell, you know, just between the two balls, you know, there's a pretty significant difference with a little bit of lane shine, vice her out of box surface. So that's enabling mine to get down the lane just a touch further than hers. So let's see what she can do. Have her move left a little bit and go from there.
All right, I'm gonna move a couple more left with this shot. See if I can keep it in the oil a little longer, see if it still shapes down lane. All right, that ball looked much better, so was able to keep it in the oil a little bit longer. So we're gonna throw a couple more shots there and then we'll switch back to the Effect. Okay, one more in this spot, and then we're going to go back to the effect. All right, so that ball looked much better for me in that part of the lane. So now we're going to see what the effect can do in the same spot. So as we can see, the effect is just a longer, snappier ball, whereas the Tour is a much rounder ball and it starts rolling much earlier. It was able to really work through that oil at the end of the lane. Ooh.
All right, so as you saw there, the further left she started to get, her effect Tour looked much better. Definitely needed to see the oil. But a nice controllable shape on the back end. I'm going to move about 5 left off where I was earlier. Let's see what it can do here. Oh, there we go. That's always a good sign, Bowling ball, it gets those light little mixers. I'm actually pretty impressed so far with this bowling from a solid bowling ball perspective. I like how it's early, but it's still responsive. It blends out the back end of the pattern pretty well. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I think for me, having thrown more benchmark pieces like the Hazmat, the Trackstel Solid, this is definitely in that category. I think that those bowling balls have a little bit more overall shape down lane from a right to left boards perspective. I can definitely see myself using this on tougher conditions when I'm really trying to control the pattern. Okay, so that's the Hammer Effect Tour, and then for Cameron, the Effect Tour against the original Effect. Overall, pretty happy with how the bowling ball rolls. I think that it's a nice game one ball, at least for me. Definitely something that's going to need to have some oil. Needs oil for the ball to be able to dig in. As you can see, it's pretty responsive to the friction. And especially if there's going to be early friction, for me, that ball is probably going to get super forward at the back end of the pattern, not be something that I'm going to be able to use very long. So definitely probably more of a tournament ball for me, realistically. I think for Cameron, it'll be a little bit more playable. She could probably use that as a game one bowling ball. Do you agree with that?
I would agree. I think that the Hammer Effect Tour would be a good game one ball. It's much earlier rolling. It's very round, very clean, whereas, the Hammer Effect, the original, is kind of just like a transition ball game 2 and 3. It's much snappier, cleaner down lane. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I think that she has a couple other bowling balls. She had the Obsession Tour. She has the Phase 2. So I think in relation to her bag, and you'll probably agree with this, that's probably a ball that's going to be a step above her Phase 2. Probably going to be a little bit earlier than her Obsession Tour. So I think it would be a good compliment from a solid bowling ball to add to the arsenal near the upper portion of the bag without being at the top end of the bag, right? So definitely probably a tournament ball for her as well. Very happy about the ball overall. So if you like what you guys saw, we appreciate you guys watching. Give us some comments in the comment section, and then make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you for the next video.